The internet is buzzing after new footage from 50 Cent's upcoming documentary on T.I. leaked, and it's causing serious drama for the Harris family. In the clips going viral, T.I.'s wife, Tama Tiny Harris, breaks down, reacting to moments that could put T.I. in a very difficult position. We're breaking down every shocking moment, what the footage reveals, and why this could be the most explosive chapter yet in T.I.'s story. From emotional reactions to potential legal consequences, here's the full story of how 50 Cent's documentary is sending shockwaves through the Harris family. On March 5th, 2026, 50 Cent addressed the rumor that he is working on a documentary about T.I. and Tama Tiny Harris's sexual assault allegations. That Thursday morning, the rapper-filmmaker posted a screenshot of an article that claimed he was developing a documentary tentatively titled Surviving T and Tiny. The program would reportedly cover the allegations of rape and sexual misconduct that numerous women have lodged against the prominent couple over the past few years. The caption of the post told the whole story of 50 Cent's intentions. He wrote, referencing the Diddy Netflix docu-series he executive produced, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc? Dame thought I wasn't coming. I hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour. They're going to ask about your 20 sexual assault cases. You might want to talk to a crisis PR person. Now that post was loaded, there's a lot to unpack. First, 50 Cent was an executive producer on the Netflix docu-series Sean Combs, The Reckoning, which went over many of the allegations against Diddy. The four-part series covered Combs' life before and after he was buried under numerous sexual assault lawsuits. So, when 50 says, remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc, he is telling T that what happened to Diddy in the public, I could happen to him too. The second thing is the reference to T.I.'s promo tour. 50 Cent was referencing the roll out of T.I.'s upcoming final album, Kill the King. Meanwhile, T.I.'s single, Let Him Know, is one of the early hits of 2026. The song, part of T.I.'s retirement album, Kill the King, is currently #1 at Urban Radio and on several charts from Instagram to Billboard. So, 50 is telling him that all this promotional momentum could come crashing down if a documentary surfaces. The third thing is the mention of 20 sexual assault cases. 50 Cent shared a screenshot showing a headline that reported he is said to be developing a documentary about the married couple who have been accused of sexual misconduct by more than 30 women. This is a reference to the allegations that have followed T and Tiny since 2021, which we will get into later. The Instagram post was deleted shortly after being shared. According to Ice Cream Convo's, screenshots of the post circulated online, and that is the thing about 50 Cent. Even when he deletes a post, the damage is already done. Screenshots live forever. Now, while this could all be 50 Cent just blowing smoke and trolling, these are big words coming from a person who just participated in a documentary against someone he doesn't care for. Whether the documentary is officially in development remains unclear, but 50 Cent has a history of generating attention with such teases. There are also other people fueling the fire. Speculative rumors and unconfirmed gossip about this continues to develop, including a recent allegation from Tasha K that also involves Tip's wife, Tama Tiny Cottle Harris. She took to Twitter last night to claim that she spoke to alleged sources reportedly connected to the Gunnet Moguls team. The blogger alleged that he's working on a documentary about the Georgia couple and their alleged drugging and assault accusations. However, this doesn't have any official confirmation from either side or credible backups to this allegation. And it is worth noting that regarding this documentary allegation, it's important to note Tasha K's past trouble with online claims. She lost a defamation suit from Cardi B, but none of that stopped the internet from running with the story. The post has already reignited discussion about the couple's past allegations, including sexual assault, drugging, forced drug use, and kidnapping, reportedly spanning 2005-2015. So what was T.I.'s response? While the Atlanta artist hasn't yet responded to his Queen's enemies on Wax Deezus, he did dismiss these documentary threats. We can go bar for bar, hit for hit, or doc for doc. Either way, all you're going to do is show how much of a FN you is, he captioned an Instagram post. Meanwhile, T maintains the allegations against him are false. T frames the documentary as an attempt to remain relevant rather than deliver justice. That was T.I.'s response. But to understand how things got here, we need to go back to the beginning. The beef first began way back in 2006, when both rappers were debatably at their peak. In the mid-200s, as 50 dominated charts off Get Rich or Die Trying, and T.I. solidified Atlanta's commercial rise with trap music and urban legend. The rivalry reflected broader regional competition, New York versus Atlanta, rather than explicit disc records. 50 was the star of Gun It, and T.I. was the self-proclaimed king of the South. The tension began to appear in a competitive way and sneak disses. Their tension dates back to 2007 after 50 Cent labeled T.I. a snitch. Since then, both artists have traded public jabs, including debates over a versus battle that never happened. The snitch label is something that has followed T.I. for years. 50 responded by posting archival footage from 2008, including T.I.'s Crime Stoppers commercial and courtroom testimony. T.I. has a well-documented history of cooperation with law enforcement as part of a federal weapons case, and 50 Cent has used that against him every chance he gets. For years, the friction stayed at a simmer. For years, the friction between 50 Cent and T.I. simmered without direct confrontation. Then came Versus. That tension resurfaced in 2020 when Verse, the live-stream battle platform created during the pandemic, became a cultural fixture. T.I. publicly challenged 50 to a 20-song matchup tied to his 45th birthday, framing it as a regional showdown. 50 declined on Instagram, treating the invitation as banter. The proposed battle never materialized, but the back and forth lingered. In 2021, T.I. again raised the idea at the Atlanta premiere of 50's BMF series, pressing for the matchup in front of a hometown crowd. Fast forward to 2026, and the whole thing reignited. The conflict intensified in early February 2026. On the Nightcap podcast, T.I. claimed the two had privately agreed to a versus battle, and that 50 later acted as if no such discussion occurred. The Atlanta rapper has accused the 50-year-old of previously agreeing to a versus battle where they would have gone song for song, and then publicly clowning him once he announced it, pretending to act confused. On February 22nd, during an appearance on $1 Million Worth of Game, T revisited the alleged phone call and said he no longer had interest in sharing stage. But by then, things had already gone too far. After 50 labeled T a snitch, the latter fired back with claims that he backed out of a Zeus battle. And that is when the whole situation went from professional rivalry to something far more personal. Because that is when 50 Cent decided to bring T.I.'s wife, Tiny, into the conversation. That same day, 50 posted an unflattering image of T.I.'s wife, Tiny, escalating the exchange beyond professional rivalry. He posted unflattering images of T.I.'s wife, Tiny Harris, and their son, King Harris, on Instagram, captioning one, "I keep," saying, "Keep my name out your mouth." He also posted a meme of Tiny and King with the caption, "God don't like ugly." That move changed everything. The posts were deliberate provocations designed to do maximum damage. Not to T as a rapper, but to T as a husband and father. That strategy has a long 50 Cent history. Go after what matters most to your opponent and make them react emotionally. In React, they did. King Harris entered the dispute hours later with an Instagram Live rant that referenced 50's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, who died in a 1983 house fire. Now, King Harris is T.I.'s 21-year-old son, and he did not hold back even a little bit. King Harris posted a fiery rant online aimed at 50 Cent, after the rapper shared an unflattering photo of his mom, Tiny. In the expletive-filled rant, King repeatedly referenced 50 Cent's dead mother, telling him to post an image of her grave instead of bringing up his mom. King also took to Instagram and posted images referencing 50 Cent's late mother. King also posted an image of a tombstone calling out 50 Cent directly. "This where your mama at?" King captioned the post, and he did not stop there. Yesterday, February 24th, King took various shots at Fifth in a new song, Made Man. He called out the mogul for dissing his mother, making it clear that he's unwilling to tolerate any disrespect. But King was not the only one of T.I.'s sons to get involved. T.I.'s other son, Demani Harris, also got involved musically, dropping 2 diss tracks of his own aimed at 50 Cent, including one that sampled Outkast's Ms. Jackson. That brought T.I.'s son, King Harris, into the mix, and the father-son duo would go on to drop a combined 6 diss tracks. The much-publicized back and forth between the two rappers took over timelines in February when the Harris family, T, and sons Demani and King released a slew of diss tracks aimed at 50. T himself dropped multiple records. He dropped multiple disc records in quick succession, with The Right One drawing the most attention. In his tracks, The Right One, War, Lessons, and What Bully, he delivers some scathing blows. Now, what did 50 Cent do in response to all of this? Throughout the exchange, 50 has not released a diss track. Instead, he has used Instagram to repost clips related to T.I.'s past legal issues, share images of Tiny, and issue meme-driven commentary. In one post, he wrote that he did not need to respond musically and suggested the others were seeking attention. 50 Cent even posted a fake award alongside a fake stupid ass Nugga award certificate that he posted on Instagram. The Power Mobile wrote, "Goes to old rappers still trying to battle rap. ChatGPT told me that. I don't need me to rap. You need me to rap." 50 Cent has laughed off King Harris's remarks about Sabrina Jackson, according to latest Instagram post. All 50 captioned the post with a photo of the popular cartoon frog meme. But then things went even further. King went live with a profanity-laced rant that targeted 50 Cent's late mother Sabrina Jackson, who died when the rapper was only 8 years old. King's rhetoric was brutal, shouting, "Your mama dead as __, go dig her up." He later wore a t-shirt featuring Sabrina Jackson's face, a move that even T admitted went too far. Now, this is where T himself had to step in and draw a line. During a sit-down with the host of the Abro Laura Rosenberg show, T reflected on his son's disses to 50 Cent. After the Queens rapper trolled the Harris family with a picture of Tiny. "No, I don't enjoy it," said T. "I spent so much time trying to get this Lil No Way off the ledge. Now he has justifiable means to undo all of the teaching that I've been teaching." Though he didn't want King caught up in the mess, T pointed directly at the video of King wearing a shirt with 50's deceased mother on it. "I said, that's enough when I seen that T-shirt," the Atlanta rapper said. But T.I. also expressed pride in how his sons defended their mother. "The one thing that I am proud of this is that the women and children in our families see that it's a line of men that's here against who the FK ever." He added, "I'm here to defend. I'm here to protect what's ours. I die in the streets about this here." Tiny Harris has also not made a public remark regarding either the beef between T and King Harris or the beef between T and 50 Cent at this time. And that is something to pay attention to, because while the whole family was going back and forth with 50 Cent, Tiny stayed silent, at least publicly. Now, let's talk about the allegations themselves, because this is the core of what 50 Cent is threatening to put into a documentary. The allegations involving T and Tiny gained major public attention in 2021. Entrepreneur Sabrina Peterson first accused T of threatening her with a gun during a 2009 encounter. Soon after, several women and one man came forward with claims that the couple drugged, intimidated, kidnapped, or sexually assaulted them in California and Georgia. Here is how it started. On January 26th, an Atlanta-based entrepreneur by the name of Sabrina Peterson took to Instagram. She accused T of putting a gun to her head. Sabrina Peterson went public with a host of harrowing stories about T and Tiny that she claimed to have received from various women. The former family friend alleged that the married couple had coerced numerous women into sexual acts using drugs and violence over the course of 15 years. The accusations began to pile up after Peterson went viral, with more people stepping forward with eerily similar accounts. Sabrina Peterson shared the stories of more than 30 women on her Instagram story in June 2021. 11 of those women have come forward to seek legal action against T and Tiny. On April 1st, 2 more women came forward accusing the couple of drugging, abusing, and sex trafficking them and others in 2010. Peterson's suit arrives one day after a lawyer representing 11 accusers sent a letter to federal and state authorities in Georgia and California. The letter accused the Harises of engaging in sexual abuse, forced ingestion of illegal narcotics, kidnapping, terroristic threats, and false imprisonment between 2005 and 2018. Months after a series of disturbing allegations of sexual assault naming musicians and married couple T and Tiny Harris went viral online, the Los Angeles Police Department launched an official investigation. Now, how did T.I. and Tiny respond at the time? T and Tiny have repeatedly denied those allegations. T posted a video on Instagram addressing the situation. Directly, he said, "Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. We ain't never forced nobody. We ain't never drugged nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We never made nobody do anything. We never trafficked anything. Well, sexually trafficked anything. I ain't ever raped nobody." Tiny also responded at the time after Sabrina's initial post. Tiny defended her husband. "Hold up. So you want your abuser to train your sons? He was just uncle 2 years ago." She wrote on Instagram with screenshots of Sabrina previously praising the rapper. "Now when did you say my husband assaulted you? Did you change your mind or change it back?" She added, "Stop harassing my family. You strange. Please get help, but leave us alone." Their attorney also issued a statement saying that Mr. and Mrs. Harris want to be on record and, more importantly, want the public to know they emphatically deny in the strongest way possible the egregiously appalling allegations being made against them by Sabrina Peterson. The Harises have had difficulty with this woman for well over a decade. They are taking this matter very seriously, and if these allegations don't end, they will take appropriate legal action. As for the legal outcomes, prosecutors previously said they declined to file any charges against T and Tiny over an alleged 2005 sexual assault in Los Angeles County and stated that the alleged incident was outside the 10-year statute of limitations. The allegations were consistently denied and resulted in no criminal charges. But the court of public opinion operates differently than the court of law, and the deluge of allegations led MTV Entertainment to pull the plug on the couple's VH1 reality series T.I. and Tiny, Friends and Family Hustle. The legal drama between Peterson and the Harises continued for years. In a loss for accuser Sabrina Peterson, a Los Angeles judge ruled the entrepreneur must pay T.I. and Tiny a whopping $96.73 to cover legal bills. The couple racked up with their motion that got 5 of the 7 claims in Peterson's original lawsuit dismissed. A Los Angeles judge has shut down influencer Sabrina Peterson's latest attempt to bring back her defamation lawsuit against T and Tiny Harris, marking another setback in a long and messy legal fight that began 4 years ago. Judge Michael Schultz ruled Friday that Peterson's motion to reinstate her 2021 complaint failed to meet the legal standard for excusable neglect. So, the legal situation has gone back and forth for years. No criminal charges have been filed against T or Tiny. Peterson's defamation case was largely dismissed, but the allegations remain in the public record, and that is exactly what 50 Cent is looking to weaponize. This is what makes the documentary threat so dangerous for the Harris family. Even more threatening than the music is 50 Cent's recent pivot into investigative content. Following the massive success of his Netflix docuseries Sean Combs, The Reckoning, which explored the sexual assault allegations against Diddy, the Harris couple has been accused by over 30 women and 1 man of a pattern of drugging, kidnapping, and sexual assault, which they have vehemently denied. For those unaware, T.I. and Tiny's allegations involve claims of sex trafficking, drugging, sexual assault, sexual battery, and more against them. And if 50 Cent puts these stories on film in the same format as the Diddy documentary, the public attention could dwarf what happened in court. So where are we now? The beef is still active. The documentary has not been officially confirmed, and both sides are continuing to make moves. On the music side, 50 Cent finally got in the booth. 50 Cent has finally responded in song form to his current rap rival T, specifically through the new Leon Thomas collab, No One Told Us What We're Here For. It's the theme song for the Power Origins prequel series on Starz. It's also the latest move in FIF and Tips' heavy beef, which escalated when the former threatened to make a documentary about the latter his family, and allegations of sexual assault, kidnapping, and other crimes against him. 50 Cent's disc featured on the theme for the new spin-off Power Origins doesn't just target T. It also takes aim at his wife Tama, Tiny Harris, and their children, reigniting a feud that dates back nearly 2 decades. To ensure there was no confusion about the target, 50 Cent shared a video of the theme alongside a picture of T and Tiny. His caption was a chilling warning. "They're going to learn to leave me alone." King Harris immediately responded with yet another diss track. King Harris got one look at 50 Cent's new song and immediately decided to show him the ropes. That's the energy he's coming with after dropping his third diss song, called Drop Top, just hours ago. The 21-year-old son of T. King Harris's feud with 50 marks the mobile second with a rapper's son following his 2026 feud with Diddy's son, Christian King Combs. So 50 Cent is now beefing with 2 different King sons of 2 different rappers at the same time. Now let's look at the bigger picture here. Analysts note this feud marks a shift in rap conflicts, moving from diss tracks to documentaries and legal threats. This is not just a battle of bars anymore. This is a battle of platforms, productions, and public perception. 50 Cent is not just a rapper. He's a media mogul. He has the Power franchise on Stars. He has Netflix documentary experience, and he has the resources to put a project like this together. So, we know it's in the Queen's superstars arsenal. However, that presumptive precedent might be what sparked these rumors in the first place. The question now is whether 50 Cent will actually follow through or if this was all part of his trolling strategy. While the post has since been removed, it could suggest he was just trolling. But the fans are still wondering if the documentary will come to light. Also, this alleged documentary would get into hot legal water considering the lack of legal success from the couple's accusers. They also have 50's own past allegations of abuse to scrutinize. Because here is the thing. 50 Cent is not exactly clean himself. He has his own history of domestic violence accusations and controversial behavior. A documentary about T and Tiny's alleged behavior opens the door for people to start asking questions about 50 Cent's own past. But 50 has never been someone who cares about that. His whole approach has always been to use whatever weapon is available and deal with the consequences later. T made his stance clear during his interview on the Ebro Laura Rosenberg show. "I'm real big on treating other people the way I want to be treated. And I'm also real big on treating __the way they decided they're going to treat me," he added. And ultimately, all of the quietness that we're witnessing right now from Dude 50 Cent, what would have happened if that quietness was practiced at the beginning? Absolutely nothing. He said, "Man, that S last week, man. The only thing I have to say, it's very unfortunate, but honestly, I wasn't here to defeat. I was here to defend." He continued, "I'm just happy that the women and children in my family know that they're the line of men that's ready to stand and protect from whoever against whoever, and that is where things stand right now." T says the beef is old news and he was only defending his family. 50 Cent is sitting on Instagram, deleting posts, and letting the internet do the work for him. King Harris is still dropping diss tracks. Demani is still in the trenches, and Tiny has remained silent publicly throughout the entire situation. The real question is not whether 50 Cent will drop the documentary tomorrow. The real question is whether the shadow of that documentary, the threat of it, has already done the damage 50 intended, because that is how 50 Cent operates. He does not always have to follow through. Sometimes the suggestion alone is enough to shift the narrative. And right now, instead of people talking about T.I.'s music, his comeback, or his retirement album, Kill the King, the conversation has been redirected to allegations from 2021 that had largely faded from public memory. The fact that T.I.'s entire family is now vocally in this beef tells you everything about how personal it has become. What started as a Versus debate has become a family-on-family conflict with legal allegations, dead relatives, and documentary threats all thrown into the mix. What began as a proposed Versus matchup has evolved into a family-involved feud that has moved far beyond the stage. As of yet, no convictions have resulted from these allegations. But focusing back on the reported documentary docuseries, nothing is set in stone right now. 50 Cent has not confirmed a network. He has not confirmed a release date. He has not even confirmed that the project exists beyond an Instagram post that he deleted. But that is the genius of 50 Cent's approach. He plants the seed, lets the internet water it, and watches it grow. Whether the documentary ever materializes or not, the conversation has already been redirected. For T and Tiny, this is a situation that has no clean ending. If they ignore it, people will speculate about what 50 might reveal. If they address it, they give the story more oxygen. And if the documentary does come out, they will have to relive allegations that they have spent years fighting in court and denying publicly. And for Tiny specifically, a woman who has been pulled into this feud not because of anything she said or did in the current beef, but because 50 Cent decided to use her as a weapon against her husband. The situation is uniquely difficult. She has been mocked online. Her appearance has been targeted. Her son has gone to war on her behalf. And now the threat of a documentary that names her specifically hangs in the air. The name of the rumored project says it all. Surviving T and Tiny. Not Surviving T. Surviving T and Tiny. That naming convention makes them a unit. Just like Surviving R, Kelly made the R&B singer a one-man subject of public scrutiny. And for a couple that has built their brand on being a unit through their reality show, through their music, through their public image, having that unit name attached to the word surviving carries weight. Whether you believe 50C is just trolling or truly developing this project, the impact on the Harris family is real. The beef has consumed headlines. The allegations have been dragged back into the spotlight, and the conversation around T.I.'s retirement album has been overshadowed by drama that he says he never wanted in the first place. One thing is clear on both sides. Neither side looks ready to back down anytime soon. That is where we are. That is the full story, and we are going to keep watching to see what happens.